Hey everyone. For this episode, I'm just actually going to play around with the new Photoshop AI generative tool. This is something that I made in it, and it was actually really cool. And um, it's not super perfect or anything, but you can kind of play around with it and get looks you want. I generated this from just an image, this image right here, which is not much to go off of. Pretty cool details though, and was able to get this image. It kind of did a good job on the armor and stuff, and I didn't have to touch this one up too much. So I'm going to kind of play with that and see if I can get any really good looks for this video. Let's see if I can do a higher detailed. So this is a 4096 by 4096, and I'm actually going to, let's start with that same image first and just see what we can get with this, if we can get anything even remotely close to what we got previously. And I'm just going to grab an area like this and right click, and I want to do a select inverse. And then I'm not going to say anything here. I'm just going to do generate, and hopefully it will give me a really cool image similar to what it gave me on the last one. And look at that. That's actually pretty cool. It doesn't have a lower body on this one, but you have options. Really cool. This one actually looks really good. So that's not too bad for a 1 second little edit. Some other things that you can do is you can come into here, grab your lasso tool, and maybe just outline some of the stuff that you want changed or altered or removed. And again, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to say generate and see what it gives me. There's that kind of looks like it fits that, and you can always, looks like it's kind of burnt or broken. Really cool looks there. Let's actually move this down just a tad bit, or let's redraw it. And let's include some of this arm. And the reason you want to do that is now it's actually gathering all of the kind of immediate art or image around it. And it tries to find a natural kind of blend. If you just do the generative fill, I have found that using the prompts, it seems to prioritize whatever you want more than making it look natural. So you can get some kind of weird looks, but I mean, that fits pretty good. Do something like that if you don't want them to have that shoulder armor. And this is actually pretty cool. It's almost created a whole new article underneath it. And so from here, let's actually circle this. And what if I just say armor, and let's see what happens with the actual prompt itself. Hopefully it'll make it look natural on here. It's definitely not a perfect tool, but that looks pretty good. So yeah, it definitely is. I like this one a lot. That's pretty cool. Um, Super powerful tool. Kind of hard to uh, know exactly what it's going to give you when you do it, but you can make edits like this as well. And I just want to generate and see what kind of options it gives me. You can always say things like remove or add, and it typically does a pretty good job. So if you didn't want that ear, that looks exactly like I would expect it to look there. And another thing that, um, let's see if we do something like this. And I'm actually not trying to make this perfect. If you leave a little bit, it gives it something to go off of. So it knows it still wants this red in here. So hopefully it'll leave some of that. And it's really only going to change the stuff inside of what you select. So let's just see what it gives us. And it'll probably be something hopefully roughly in this shape or shorter. That seemed to mess up. So let's try that again. Really cool tool though. I've been able to get some really cool images. Definitely, yeah. So that it took some off and it made it kind of a shorter look for that first one. Oh, that one I actually like that one quite a bit. Pretty cool. So it knew to keep the red and it added some more metal. Kind of looks broken. I'm actually going to leave that one. That one looks pretty good. But I have gotten some really cool images made here using this tool, and it's actually if you use higher detailed images and don't try to force what you want, it typically finds a pretty good natural look to kind of balance out the image. Lower quality images I've had quite a bit of issues with. That added a little cake there. That kind of looks like it's burning, so that looks pretty good. And let's actually come to this one and let's say remove on this and see if it'll take out this kind of odd looking piece of cape out here. It does really good with removing like UI from videos as well. So if you have any overlays or anything that you want to remove, it does a good job on that. And this doesn't really look natural here, so you can actually just kind of circle that again. And this time I'm just going to do a generative fill with no prompt and see if it gives me something a little more natural coming off this and the outside here. I also got a little bit of these, so maybe it'll give me, yep, that's what I was kind of hoping for. Some of those look really cool. I really like that. So you can get some really good looks pretty quick and simple. And you can make this your own image. I found this online, but I've already changed a ton about the armor. The helmet looks different. This looks different. Um, we can always try to add stuff in here. Let's see what we can get if I do like what do I want to do? Um, maybe let's just do this and let's say spear. It does typically have issues with weapons of any kind. It'll say it violates guidelines and things like that. So we'll see if it actually gives us a spear here. Yep, it did. Definitely doesn't look too natural in there, though. This is one of those things where really the prompts, it's hard to get it to look natural whenever you're using the prompts. So unless you have something to go off of already, um, not really sure how you would get it to look really natural. So maybe if we do it closer to this stuff here, it has more art to match from surrounding stuff. Here is kind of out in the open, so maybe that could have been part of it. Still kind of doesn't match. That one's a little better. So maybe it is a little better because it's closer to the rest of the image, but definitely the prompts I don't think are perfect. Kind of difficult to get it to do what you want. And what we can do here, oh, I'm actually doing that the wrong way. I don't want to do that. Uh, let's give ourselves some more area and let's do it about right there. And I'm just going to zoom in here. I want to get a lot of this stuff. And I kind of like this whole him kneeling thing while his stuff is on fire. He looks like he's uh, select inverse. Sorry, lost my train of thought there. He kind of looks like he's just gotten out of battle, but praying to the gods or something. So it's a pretty cool look. Definitely could use that in any kind of game art or concept art or a lot of cool things. But let's see if we can expand this a little bit. That kind of looks more like a house than anything else. So let's do this in pieces. I'm going to take this piece here and let's try that first. So just kind of an empty room here on that side. And let's use the lasso tool on this side. And let's get as close as we can to really chop out some of this like house look that it's given us. That's pretty cool. This looks more natural with our photo though, or our picture. That kind of just looks empty. I think this one looks the most natural with what's going on here. So really cool image. And then lastly, let's just do this bottom piece one more time. I don't really know what this could be, so let's just see what it'll give us. Again, it's kind of just cool to play with. If you get it, yeah, that looks a lot. The first one, that one looks pretty natural in the scene too. I think this one looks the best, so I think I'm going to keep that for now. So what I want to do is I'm actually going to put this for free on my Patreon. So if you want to download this exact image, you can just go grab it off of one of. It's going to be on a free post, so no need to sign up. But if you feel like you want to support me and sign up for one of my um, premium tiers, definitely would appreciate that. But again, just found one little image, and I'll pull it back up here. This is the image we found online, and I just saved it and was able to generate that off of it in really just a matter of minutes. So, really cool, powerful program. It's not perfect, and you definitely got to play with it. And using higher quality, I found that the 4096 by 4096 has given me the best results so far. So using higher quality images definitely helps it know what it's going to build off of. So uh, there's that image. Again, go ahead and grab it for free, or whatever you want to do with it. And so that's going to do it for this episode. As always, happy developing, and I'll see you in the next one.